Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christina. I'm glad you're here. Today we will take a look at Monat Australia and we're going to meet Monat Australia and how Monat distributors in Australia pitch the business opportunity and the products in 2025. This is an up-to-date opportunity call I got sent and I wanted to take a look at that with you as well because I have a feeling there's still a lot of activity in Australia. Monat is drowning. Monat is not doing well. They're launching in new countries more than ever. They're releasing more products more than ever, but it is rather quiet in a lot of the territories. It is rather quiet in Germany, for example, in Belgium, all over Europe, and I think those who are still trying to make it work are the people in Australia. For whatever reason, although the numbers show us and people de-ranking left and right, that also Monat in Australia is not doing well. So we will take a look how Monat Hans in Australia pitched this Meet Monat in 2025. Let's get started.
Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Meet Monat call that I have put together a presentation for you guys just so you can, or for anyone that is watching this recording, this is going to be a presentation to show you guys exactly what Monat is, how we do this business. I'm going to share a little bit about my own story and about a few other people's stories as well. I want to congratulate you guys just for even jumping on this call because half of the time, a lot of people watch what we do. They watch the trips that we go on. They look at this, beautiful life that we're creating for ourselves. And people are too scared to take that first step, which is literally just reach out and ask for a call, reach out and ask for the video, or learn more about the business that you have questions about and things like that. So it's really great that you're here, and I'm really excited to share with you guys what I do and what my team does and how this might fit in for you guys as well.
This is odd, purely from a business perspective, purely from a professional perspective. Why do you congratulate people that they conquered their fear just by sitting on an opportunity call or watching a recording? What are you afraid of? That doesn't set people, prospects, up for success, in my opinion, but it's the exact opposite. You were afraid, now you're here. Let's listen to the opportunity. This version of fear and overcoming fear, stepping out of your boundaries, out of your comfort zone, is always very upsetting and very off-putting, in my opinion, in network marketing, and I don't think it is helpful. I mean, continue to go that route. If you're not able to recruit more people with that, then I'm all here for it. But purely from a professional standpoint, that is so odd. Pointing your audience into the direction that something might be wrong because you're afraid to sit on an opportunity call or watch a recording is not helpful.
My name's Lydia. Just going to move this because I can't see anything. My name is Lydia. I am a firefighter wife. I have one beautiful son who is 12 years old, so I'm in the thick of like preteen mum life. I was a personal trainer for 10 years. I was an ex-life coach in between all that. I also had many other jobs. I was used to work in retail, manage stores. I practically have done everything other than sales, which is funny because I've been in this for 2 years. I started this business with absolutely no experience in sales or direct selling or anything like that at all. So it just goes to show that anyone can do this business no matter what your background is. I was a single mum for 5 years, which really plays into a bit of my story and my why I started this business. I've been in here at Monat for 2 years now, and I've been in the network marketing industry just for those 2 years. I never did anything else. I never had any idea about network marketing whatsoever before I joined Monat. So this has been my first and only experience, which has been incredible. So I actually joined this industry just on a whim. I saw one of my best girlfriends who has been a hairdresser for about 20 years. She was using these products and I was having an awful time with my hair. I will show you some photos later about how awful my hair was. So I tried these products because she really trusted them and I trusted her. I absolutely fell in love with them and they started changing my hair. I started sharing about the products and then she asked me whether, I wanted to make an income from this. And I started wanting an extra $50 a week. And that vision obviously grew and that number grew because now I am able to do this full time. I was able to quit my job. So I was working a part time job at the time. And then about I was doing this for about a year and then I was able to quit my other job to do this full time. So I'm one of the top Australian leaders, which is really beautiful because I get to go on all these trips with all these amazing women. I get to have an incredible team that is all over the world. I have been on 5 fully paid for trips. So I've been to Mexico. I've been
Are they really fully paid for? I'm not sure if you're even allowed to say fully paid for trips. Those are incentive trips. You need to work your butt off. You need to sell a lot of products. You need to recruit a lot of people. And then parts of that trip can be covered. But I doubt that they're fully paid for because there's still the commute to the airport, for example, certain expenses on site, on location that you have to pay for. And at the end of the year, or rather when tax season comes around, the distributors always have to pay taxes on the value of those trips. So they're never fully paid for, they're never free. And I find it interesting that the Huns now go the route of calling themselves top leaders. I've heard that before. Just be a leader. What's the difference between being a leader and being a top leader? It's a way to flatter themselves, to position themselves better as a source of success in a company where not a lot of success is realistically happening. Let's be honest here. If most people lose money, then that is not successful. But this term top leader is something I hear a lot in the past. I made multiple six figures. You could just say you made six figures. Multiple six figures is also six figures, and saying I'm a leader because I have a team, I think smarter than calling yourself a top leader. I find that odd, and there is a switch in wording, in my opinion, as of lately, when lots of people call themselves now top leaders, not just leaders. And to speak on her goal of making $50, 50 Australian dollars a week, that is, sounds like a small goal, but realistically, also in Australia, it is highly unlikely, and most people do not do 50 Australian dollars a week. There is an income disclosure statement that one of my viewers kindly sent my way. This wasn't published, but there is an income disclosure statement for Monat, and that is for Australia 2024. I typically refer to the US one because there's not a lot of other information available. They have the US and the Canadian income disclosure statement, and this is something that is sent within the company. And when we take a look at the median annual gross earnings, most people in Monat in Australia in 24 were at the lowest rank, at the market partner rank, and they made $0 median annual gross earnings. And if we take the more favorable numbers that are not a good depiction and not a good representation what most people make at that rank, because it cuts out the top and the bottom outliers, the people making most and less money at that rank, average annual gross earnings is still just 162. So those people cannot relate to making $50 a week, which would be $200 a week or 2,400 Australian dollars in an entire year. And others cannot relate to that either because the AMP, the associate market partner, they're not making that much. The only people who can start to relate are at the third rank, the managing market partner, and that is before taxes and that is before expenses. So her claim, she just wanted to make $50 a week, is something that most people, not even in Monat in Australia, can relate to, according to their very own numbers. So it's not a good business opportunity. I think it's good always to take a look at the income disclosure statements where available because they are just so eye-opening.
I have been on 5 fully paid for trips. So I've been to Mexico, I've been to the Maldives, we have been to Byron Bay. We've got another trip coming up in a little while, and we've been to Port Douglas as well. And I've been able to take my husband on those trips as well. Um, and then I have also, within my first 9 weeks, I was able to build 5 figures. And I'm not saying any of that to brag, but when I joined this business, I literally got started for something so small and I was able to grow this business because I truly saw what the opportunity was And I was really sick of where I was at the time. I was really not loving my job. I was very lost. I had no passion. And when I started this business, I became absolutely obsessed when I started seeing other women in this business, using this as an opportunity to really move out of the stage that they were in, that they were currently not happy in. So, I'm going to share with you some of the success stories here.
Of course, because you gotta have your Rex to Riches story and the few success stories as well, when most people are not financial success stories in Monat in Australia. What I would like to understand is where she was, or at what point in Monat she was able to make those alleged 5 figures in 9 weeks. Was that maybe for the start? I mean, take everything a network marketer says financially with a grain of salt. The monetary claims, they are essentially what draws people in, and they need to exaggerate that, in my opinion, but let's take that for face value. Let's say she was able to make $10,000, which could be 5 figures, the amount she's mentioning here. She could have made that in 9 weeks. Was that for the start? Because she was able to recruit a lot of people, sell the products, rank up, and then also get the bonus payments. Is that it? How about in this day and age? How about today? Is that still realistic? For most people, it is not, according to their own income disclosure statement. But is it realistic to make that regularly in 9 weeks in Monat in Australia? I would like to know if that was for the start, where for most people the money lies when they're able to participate in the fast start, or now it's called the power start bonuses.
This is M. She is one of our beautiful, I'm just moving this thing around. M is one of my uplines. She's an incredible single mum of 3 who pivoted from Chinese medicine, and she was living on Centrelink when she left her marriage, and now she is earning 4 to 5 figure months. Sorry, she moved from Centrelink to 6-figure business, earning 4 to 5 figure months. So she has a 6-figure business now. She's been in this business for 3 years, I believe. Whilst navigating becoming the full-time carer and provider for her girls, this business has restored hope and been a huge blessing, covering her luxury car payments and complete living expenses, emergency fund, and the ability to invest. So this is her only job, her only income, and she's able to support herself with a mortgage and her 3 girls now because of this business. Shah is one of our sideline sisters. She is in a completely different team, but she's one of my good friends, and she has worked multiple jobs at a time and was working 9 to 5 when she got introduced to this opportunity. She got made redundant in her job, and she needed more money to change her and her partner's future, and they saw this opportunity. They actually were wanting to stay in the country, and they needed to make money in that meantime to be able to stay. So within 7 months of joining this business, she was able to make more than her full-time job, and she now works part-time because she loves what she does, and she has earned 3 trips and is finally able to save, and she's not living week to week now. Ivy is our incredible upline. She is in the US, in the States, and she helps us. She is a $3 million earner now, which is incredible. She is a mum of 4 and a military spouse. Her husband got discharged from the military and they started their own juice bar. She was a previous model and an influencer, but absolute hater of network marketing. She got asked about 20 times to do this business from our number 1 income earner, Krista, who is also our upline. She's actually made $15 million. She's a $15 million earner. Ivy now has earned $3 million in 3 years, and her husband no longer works. She homeschools her children and invests in property and has 2 cars fully paid for by Shampoo. So I just wanted to share those little stories with you guys because I think it's really impactful, not just to hear my story, but to hear other women from all different walks of life being able to make this business work.
Yeah, because those subjective stories are really the only selling point for most. If they were to actually show the data and the facts, most people wouldn't sign up. And I'm glad that at least one of those success stories is still working part-time. All of the other women on this slide, despite the alleged amount they made during their time in Monat, they depend on Monat, and that is so dangerous in a time when Monat is really tanking, when Monat is really suffering and the people make less and less money, they're dropping in ranks like flies. If you follow MLM Unmasked, you see that as well. They post there regularly how the people derank. They get big shout outs when they hit a significant rank, but they never advise that they also drop in rank. And the same is true for Ivy, the person she mentioned last, the US upline, the biggest no. Although her upline, Krista Crawford, Salvaged Soul, she allegedly was the biggest no and the biggest hater. She also dropped in rank. She is not at the top rank anymore, and that is a trajectory for Monat. So it is super dangerous to really put all of your eggs in one basket, to not have a spouse that works. It's smart to keep a job. It's smart to keep a side hustle that you can fall back on, or that you can start again, hopefully full-time, when Monat starts to crumble even further and when paychecks start to crumble. If you have to pay for a car, a luxury car, you're financially responsible for your family, you're the only income earner. Maybe you are a single parent of multiple children. That is so stressful when you see that your paycheck is going down regularly, as we see and we hear from people who are in Monat and who were in Monat. And also, according to Monat's own data, they show us that revenue decreases year by year by year.
Now, why Monat?
Yeah, why?
We are the number one premium hair care brand.
Why? That's the big question.
In the space. We were the first people to focus on scalp health. It's huge now in 2025. Everyone's doing scalp care, but we were the leaders in this particular industry, and we are the number one direct selling hair care company in the world. So we are family owned and operated. We just had our 11th birthday, actually.
Yeah, and what a family. The Urdaneta family, not a family I would proudly announce as a family-owned business that I work for. I would hide them because they're embarrassing, especially the old dude.
The other day, and we're a $1 billion brand in 5 years. So just to give that some context, we grew faster than Facebook, which is absolutely wild. We have 110 millionaires in that time. So people that have earned over $1 million in this business.
So much to say. You cannot compare network marketing that is based on recruitment, people joining a company and then being the predominant customer, spending money there, to legitimate companies growing. They like to do that, say that with Facebook and with Apple and with Netflix. Not comparable. Facebook, Apple, and Netflix will very likely still be around when those network marketing companies are long gone. And the company didn't come out and didn't produce 110 millionaires. They didn't produce 110 millionaires. They inducted a certain amount of people into the MDC. That could be the 1, 5, 10, 15, or 20 MDC. Most people are in the 1 MDC. Those people were able to make $1 in commission over their time in Monat, which could be 11 years. And those people are not millionaires. It is likely that those who are in the 5, in the 10, in the 15, and if it already exists, the 20 MDC, that those people are actually millionaires, but those are far and few. People have to pay expenses, they have to pay taxes. Most people in the MDC are not millionaires because they do not have $1 million in assets to their name, because they made that amount of money in commission over their time in the company. Those people are not millionaires. That is false. They like to say that, but it is false.
We have 1,300 100K earners, and these numbers are growing because we were just in Vegas a couple of months ago and we welcomed a couple more people into the 100K earners as well. We have the top paying compensation plan and bonus opportunities. We really lead the way with our compensation plan. I never knew much about other network marketing companies, but this particular company is revolutionizing the way that they do compensation plans. From what I hear, I only know this business though. So we can earn up to 45% on retail commissions, and we get paid 5 times a month. So we get a monthly bonus, and then we also get paid every single week.
If they're able to sell products each and every week, and if they have a team, and if they fulfill their monthly requirements. And the numbers keep changing. I have a feeling she's repeating what you heard from others. She said it. This is her first network marketing company. She herself doesn't have experience with network marketing companies outside of Monat, and people in Monat like to claim, we have the best compensation plan. Also the corporate side, the horrible Urdaneta family does that. They're really horrible. They don't like women. women. They don't support women. And the old guy got caught on social media expressing that very clearly. And I'm of the opinion if you build a network marketing company and a compensation plan where most people lose money, then you're also not supporting women if women are the predominant participants in your sales force. The numbers with the retail commission, they always change. I've also now heard from somebody it's 55%. Up to that amount if you're able to sell a product. But the actual retail commission is a lot less because most people, if they sell to VIP customers, they get 15%. To external retail customers that are not subscribed to a special program, to a special customer program, 30%. Monat makes sure that their distributors do not get paid that much. It was one of the scandals. People started to do math and said, hey, I'm supposed to get 15% on these sales, 30% on those, but there's always a reason. Products are always reduced because they're vastly overpriced for what they are, to also cut the commission. And I do believe that it looks good on paper to say you can make up to 45, or what I heard as well, 55% in retail commission, but most of the products do not fall into the category of that high retail commission. Most are a lot lower, and then even below 15%. People did the math. I have an entire Monat playlist where people who left Monat did the math. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and watch that as well. If I can't find or remember the video, I will also link it up here. It is quite obvious that this is good looking numbers, but it is not truthful as a salesperson in Monat. Most people make less commission, even if they just sell the products.
We have 3 million customers worldwide, which is insane. It tells you that not just the business works, but our products are incredible and they work as well. We have an unmatched VIP customer and loyalty program with things like no sign up fees. We don't have monthly purchasing. We have nothing like that. We have no stock holding required. So when you become a market partner with Monat, you don't have to hold any stock whatsoever. You don't have to do any shipping. You are just the people that connects them with the company, sets them up with the products, and they get everything else gets taken care of. We have brand new product lines launched yearly. So we literally just launched 2 new lines, a skincare line and another like hair care line for damaged hair. We also, the Australian, the UK, and the European markets are still so untouched. I will go into soon where we are and where we are going to expand. And then we have global growth month upon month, and we have new countries coming in, which means that there are founders' opportunities.
There is global growth annually because they launch in other countries. But when we take a look at the paychecks, they're actually decreasing. So it is not working. And I always have to laugh when they say we come out with new products regularly. They did. They really screwed the Huns over because now during Monations in 2025, they came out with hair care capsules because now the Huns also have to spend money on inner beauty. It's not just the scalp serums and the hair care growth serums and products that you apply topically. Now they also can spend money on those pills. Those products and those product designs are predominantly for their own sales force. I doubt that actual retail or VIP customers care about it as much as the Huns do. They're the driving force, and they're also the ones who are spending the most money on the products, and the company launches the products predominantly to keep their own sales force interested. That's what I believe.
Now, we are a global brand, but as you can see, we have so much area that we can grow in. We are in the US, we are in Canada, we are in Spain, Austria, we just launched in Mexico. We are going to be everywhere. And what this means is that you can start a business here in Australia or over in the
I'm being an asshole and nitpicky here, but why do you add Germany and Belgium? You do know that Germany and Belgium are not necessarily connected. It would be different if you said GSA, Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. Those are independent countries, but many times the German-speaking countries are being pulled together in those presentations. It doesn't make sense to put Belgium in here because Belgium is Benelux. So if you were to do that, if you ever take a look at job applications or job positions that are available, especially in the media industry, you see GSA is one category, and then you have the Nordics, for example, which is predominantly Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. Sometimes Finland counts into that. Then you have UK, Ireland, Northern Ireland. From a territorial perspective, it also makes sense to have those countries together. And then you have the Benelux states that are the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. To mix it up like this doesn't make any sense. It would be like putting Poland and Spain together, or LATAM, or Oceania, which is Australia, New Zealand, and other territories. I know I'm very nitpicky here, but this is supposed to be a professional presentation, and it bothers me. Germany and Belgium, although their flags look very, very similar, they're not typically meshed together. It's not that relevant, but those things bug me. Let's continue.
US or the UK, and you can have customers worldwide. You can have team worldwide. I get a lot of people talking to me saying that, they don't speak English very well. That's not really an issue because you are able to sell to people in your country, or those markets are potentially going to be expanding soon. Now, you are already doing.
I'm being nitpicky again, but it's actually an issue. If you work for a global company or wherever the company is located, you should speak at least two languages. The language of the location where you work at, and then also English if you want to build a global brand and if you want to have a global team, because English is the most common language used also on those calls, and it is helpful to communicate. It's actually helpful to know even more languages. So it is helpful to speak English.
You are already doing what we do.
No, you're
So
not.
the difference is we are actually sharing our beauty routines online and with our network, and we get paid for it. Every single person washes their hair, unless you're like my husband and you're bald. Why not turn the camera on during your hair care routine and educate?
It means that not everybody is washing their hair. Not everybody can wash their hair with Monat products. You're also not doing what they're doing. If you're sharing, you're sharing. You're not selling. There are important differences there.
Your audience to turn into an income stream. We get paid two different ways. So we get paid once.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, not a gazillion ways. What I wanted to say is I'm currently sharing that I use an Essence lip gloss. I don't make money that way. I could link it down below in an affiliate program, which I do not do, but that's sharing, not selling.
We get paid once to help people with their hair, their scalp issues, and things like that, and help people with the products. And then the next way that we get paid, the other way we get paid, is to help other women join this business and make money as well. And the big money is where you'll find big money is when you are helping other people. So the products. This business would not work if our.
I would not have worded it like this, but yeah, you sell and you recruit, and you get better compensated when you recruit poor suckers who are there to finance your lifestyle. That is true.
Work if our products didn't work. And we have award-winning anti-aging premium hair and skincare products. We have been featured in Vogue. We have won like all these different crazy awards because our products are
Awards that one can pay for or get in the editorial section of magazines. How much worth are those awards when you pretty much pay for them?
really, really revolutionary. Formulated for all hair and skin types and concerns. We are up to date with all the latest trends. We actually just released a new skincare line, which is the Barrier Booster line, and it is like a dupe of Rhode, and it is absolutely insane. Gives you skin like the glowy glass skin. So we know what is coming, and we are always up to date with the trends. We are pioneered in a scalp first approach to hair care. We have safe, clinically tested ingredients, non-toxic, vegan, and naturally based formulas, and we are also Leaping Bunny certified. We also go by EU standards, which sometimes that doesn't mean anything to people, but the EU standards are incredibly strict with what they allow in their products, and we go by their standards. Now, I want to show you guys some of the results because it's hard to sense how good these products are if you cannot see the results. So that's me up there in the top left. That used to be my hair. And now, I've got thick, long hair. I literally started these products because I needed better hair. And the good thing about this business is when you start using these products, you can literally show people your transformation. You can show people thousands of other women who also have the exact same results. So people can actually see with their eyes that these products work. Now, we have a sign.
Yeah, and we can also see with our eyes that those before and after pictures are not. We're talking about the scientific advisory board. Oh, come on. This is 2015 calling. They want their pitch back. They still humor a scientific advisory board. Those before and after pictures are always interesting to look at because we don't know the story behind that. What are the life changes? What are the hair care changes the people in the before and after pictures actually do? You can see that a lot of time has passed. Their hair is styled differently. They have completely different hair colors, hair length. It is obvious that a lot of people very likely just came from the hairdresser, in my opinion, and those are the before and after pictures. We're lacking a lot of information there that is crucial. If you want to take before and after pictures, you should list what you've done. That's one of the things I would always do. And then you also need to make sure that the pictures are taken in the same way, in the same style, with the same light, with the same outfit, with the same angle. The before picture was done as well. And that's obviously not the case. And now we're going to listen to what she has to say about the Scientific Advisory Board. I haven't heard that in years. I haven't heard that in a Meet Monat opportunity call in years.
Now, we have a scientific advisory board, which technically means we know what we're doing. We have the best leaders in this whole space
We
that
technically
are,
know what we're
leading the
doing.
way with all of our research, all of our scientific stuff, all of our formulations. And so the partnerships and formulations are by the University of Miami Miller Medical School, which is kind of like in Australia, it would be like Bond University. It is like the best university that you can go to. It's really, really high up there. And we have people in partnerships with that.
I don't know what an in-depth partnership this is because if you really research this online, the University of Miami does not promote this a lot. I don't know what is going on there behind the scenes, but allegedly the University of Miami was also involved in studies connected to the IR clinical line that Monat launched a couple of years ago. And there is nothing to be found when it comes to the research on the websites, for example, and publications wise on the side of the University of Miami. So it looks like it's not an in-depth partnership. And the people who should know what they're doing are not necessarily external advisors that get a paycheck, but the people in the company that actually formulate the products. That's what I would focus on.
So, our earning potential. Now, we have, let me just move my little face over here. We have 10 different ways to make money. Now, I'm not going to go into all of them tonight because it would take me too long and a lot of it you wouldn't understand. But we have the main ways that we make money is our retail bonus, which is our commissions. We have our super seller bonus,
There's two ways. She said it before, sell and recruit. That's how you make money.
which is also a commission based bonus for when you hit a certain number. We have our uni level bonuses. We have our our Monat Motor Club. So when you get to a particular rank, you can see here on the side down the bottom, it says Monat Motor Club. All of these ranks, you actually get a car that you get the car is in your name, and Monat will actually send you a monthly payment for a car of your choosing. At the moment, you can choose between BMW, Mercedes, Range Rover, and Jaguar, I believe. So, as you can see here, these are the 10 different ways, and these are some of the ranks that we have. And these are like the average gross earnings, average annual gross earnings of what you could potentially make. So if you would like a screenshot of that or more information on that, please let me know because we can go into depth over that as well.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And I appreciate that she actually shows the updated numbers. But what would be more helpful for the people is to not show the average, because we do not see the more important number. And that's the number I mentioned before. That is the median annual gross earnings, because that is a better depiction of what most people make at that rank, because it cuts out the outliers, the people who make a whole lot and the people who make nothing or very little at those ranks. So it is a better depiction to take a look at the median annual gross earnings to see what most people can make at that rank. And these are not just some of the ranks. That's their income disclosure statement for Australia. I appreciate that she shows it here. I actually do. Those are all the ranks that you have in Monat. So not just some.
Now, our Power Start bonuses, this is where you can come into the business and for the first 5 months of your business plus your enrollment month, so almost 6 months, you can make unlimited bonuses. You can make almost $3,000 minimum in your first 90 days. Now, when I started, we didn't have this. It's actually a 500% pay increase from what it was when I started. All of us women who now this has changed, we all just wish that we could start again because the money that you can earn when you first start is absolutely ridiculous. So you're rewarded for hitting the first 4 business ranks in your first 6 months. And when you maintain the ranks, so that means every month you are consistently hitting those ranks, your bonuses stack up and get bigger. You also receive 50% of these bonuses when you help other women come into the business and help achieve this. So, for example, once you hit your 4th rank, and people can do that within 1 month, you are earning the 105 plus, 280 plus 210 plus 210 plus the 35. We can go into a little bit more of that, more explaining that a little bit later, but I want you guys to really understand that when you come into this business, you can really start running with this and make a killing of money. And that's how I was able to come into this business and earn my first 5 figures within 9 weeks. And so I just really want you guys to like get a handle on what you can come into this business and make. And this is one of the ways that we make money as well.
So she made most of her money actually during the time when she started. And I understand why somebody who was in Monat before the bonuses for the starters specifically was changed and people can make more money if they're able to hit ranks and to participate in those bonuses as well. That they say, you know what, I wish I were able to participate in that back then, but the Power Start program back then was different. Nonetheless, the reality shows us that number one, those are starter bonuses. You will not be able to participate with these after 6 months if you're still with a company, or 5 months plus the month you enrolled. And most people are also not able to hit those ranks. I mean, I'm going to show you the income disclosure statement again. And if you take a look at the percentages, most people in Australia are at the first rank. They're not able to rank up just once. And then we have 0.37% at the second rank, 2.88% of people at the third rank, and 1.35% at the fourth rank. So while there might be the potential to get bonus payments in the beginning, those do not happen down the line. Most people are not even able to participate in these and benefit with these. Now, granted, the income disclosure statement she showed and I showed as well as from 2024, and this new bonus payment was introduced in 2025, but they already added a second rank, a rank they also just recently introduced, I think in an effort to make people believe they're more successful than they actually are, and to also potentially make the income disclosure statement look better, because most people are at the lowest rank, and in order to better the numbers and to lower the threshold of ranking up, which didn't work in the US either, and according to this income disclosure statement, it doesn't work either. Those are different years we're talking about, but according to Monat's own numbers, most people are always at the lowest rank, and now more than ever are at the lowest rank. So even with this new Power Start program, most people will not be able to benefit and participate because they're not able to rank up even once.
Now, the extra perks and benefits, I'm trying to hide my little face here so you guys can see everything. We have success trips. So we are incentivized to go on fully paid for trips. So you can see here, we've been to the Maldives, we have been to Mexico. I get to travel with literally some of my best friends now
I mentioned it before, those are not fully paid for, and you need to pay taxes on the value of those trips. There are always expenses that are still with the market partners.
because of this business. And it's incredible the way that this business rewards you and pays you back for everything that you do. And being in this business for 2 years, I can truly say they are so incredibly generous and they really reward you for your hard work. So we have the Monat Motor Club as well. As you can see, some of these beautiful people, these are all my girlfriends, and I have been in all of their cars, and they are all paid for from shampoo. We have leadership training. So
They're all paid from recruitment, because you cannot hit the MM rank, the car rank, just by selling products. You need to have a big team.
we get training on everything and it's all for free. We get training from the $1 million earners in this business. We get trained by the top income earners.
But those trainings are not free. You still have to pay a starter pack, and the trainings are included in those expenses, so they're not free.
We get we get trained on social media, confidence, sales, anything you can think of, we have training on it. We get support from world class network marketing coaches like Daniel G. If you do not know who Daniel G is, go onto Instagram and have a look at who he is, because we get trained by him. We just got trained by him in Vegas a couple of months ago, and he is absolutely incredible. So when you come into this business, you get everything that you need to start successfully. Now,
If you had too much coffee, do not Google Daniel G, because he's a sweaty little man who just yells at everybody and is jumping through rooms. He would make me absolutely nuts. If that was a coach I had to listen to and my company said, you go to Daniel G, I would leave that company. I really would. It's a no for me. Daniel G is an absolute no. I cannot listen to that guy.
I think we're going to the Maldives. We haven't been told yet, but in May of next year, we will be going on our other passport trip. So that will be really exciting. And you get to be a part of a company that truly invests back into you and has a huge vision for your future and really cares about your success. Now, how you get started. You are going to, sorry, you're going to reach out to whoever invited you on this call, whether that was me, whether that was someone else. Reach out to that person and say, you might have some more questions, or you might, be like, yep, I'm ready to sign up. I know everything that I need to know now. All you do is you purchase a product pack. It is a one-time investment. I want to really stress that, because there are no monthly quotas, there are no monthly fees, there is no monthly spending. You do not have to spend, say, $200-300 a month to continue your business or to get paid like some other companies as well.
That's not true. You might not have to spend your own money, but you have to fulfill requirements, quotas, and you can also conveniently, if you're not able to sell the amount of product you need to sell each and every month, because those are requirements you have to sell a certain amount each and every month, conveniently, you could also buy a product here or there, and that also counts towards your personal volume. And then you have regular monthly requirements and quotas. Sell a certain amount of product, have a certain amount of people on your team. Your team needs to fulfill their requirements as well monthly, and then the people in your downline at some point also need to hit certain ranks so that you're able to get paid. And if you do not do that regularly each and every month, you do not get paid. So there are quotas you have to fulfill. It is very misleading that they don't mention that. There are regular quotas, and Monat's compensation plan shows that.
The product pack that you pick are products literally just for you to use on yourself and, show other people. You can do hair wash parties. You get a whole lot of samples as well that you can give out to people. So it's just that one-time investment. There is a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try the products for a month, or if you join the business and then you think, I'm not sure if I want to do it, you can get your money back for 30 days, but you can also keep your account open and not, you don't have to sell. You don't have to do anything. No one is pushing you. We are there to encourage you, but we are not there to push you to do anything you don't want to do. all of your training and resources are provided. You get to join the most amazing, incredible community of really supportive, really uplifting, really motivated go-getter women. And it's an incredible community to be a part of. And you can start making money straight away. Now, the product packs, I'm going to really quickly go into these. There are 4 different options. It's a business in a box, and it's all customized to you and your hair specifically. Now, we have a 250 pack, 330 pack, a 500, and an 895. Now, you get the bigger discount, the bigger the pack that you go. So obviously, as you can see, the ambitious product pack, you are actually getting 65% savings. Now, these are a one-time discount in terms of you will never get a discount as big as this. Even when you start, when you become a market partner, you do get a bigger discount than, say, a VIP would. But this particular product pack is a bigger discount. So I do encourage people to go for a bigger pack, only because you are probably going to try these products anyway. And I got the 330 products, the 330, and I then ended up spending so much more money on products that I wanted to try later on. So get it while the products are heavily discounted.
That might be true that you get the products at a better price than you might later, but also the person who recruits you gets a higher commission if they sign you up when you start with a bigger product pack, when you spend more money from the get-go.
Now, we do have a stylist program which has just launched, and all you need to do is buy a product pack and then you can buy a stylist program. Now, if you are a hairdresser, this means incredible things for you. It means that we have back bar sizes, so you can literally turn your home salon or your salon into a Monat salon, and you can earn money while you are not washing hair. I know for a lot of hairdressers, you are only making money when you have your hands on someone's head. And so this actually gives you the opportunity to expand your business, to have customers that are purchasing from you, not a crazy big, company that you hardly get any money from. You can then make money, while you sleep with this program. So all you need to do is purchase like a $250 pack if you really want to. You just need to log in, do your credentials, and then you have access to all of this stylist program and all of these products as well.
You're just a glorified salesperson for Monat, and you can make money in your sleep. Most people don't make money in their sleep. What she's mentioning here is that you can also build a team, because you have to be a market partner in order to get access to the stylist program, and it's the first time I see a monetary value attached to that. So you get those buffoonery bottles in stylist sizes and you spend $1,325. You have to cut and wash a lot of hair to get that money back in. Good luck. That is pricey.
Now, at the moment, right now, between the 16th and the 1st of November, you have a $210 voucher for new VIPs. So say you want to start with the $330 pack, you are then going to get $210 back. So with girl math, actually I'm really bad at math, so I don't know what that would be, but say you got the $250, you're only spending $40 because you're getting $210 worth of product back in your pocket. So that's till the 1st of November. If you're watching this recording after that, check in with the person that has sent you this recording, because we do have different offers for new market partners as well.
Monat is throwing the products at their distributors as potential new market partners and also their customers. Those initiatives happen regularly. Tell me this is a deluxe brand and their products are actually sought after. If that was the case, they wouldn't have those initiatives regularly.
Now, this is the end of our little presentation, but if you join us today, you get to be a part of Monat Australia history. Don't forget to ask the person who gave you the link about our special offers, like I just said, and you could be one decision away from a completely different life. I would really encourage you guys to ask any questions that you have to the person that sent you this, or if you are jumping on this call and you have any questions, please let me know. And I would love, love, love to talk to you guys, and super excited to welcome more people into this incredible team. Okay. Thanks, guys.
That was Meet Monat Australia in 2025. Those opportunity calls, those pitches are very, very similar. They're always aiming and targeting at the vulnerable, those who are looking for something, making income claims that are highly unrealistic when we take a look at the actual data and repeat things other people have said without really fact checking themselves. So, honestly, not a lot has changed. But she was able to show the income disclosure statement from 2024. And I do appreciate that she has updated information, although she doesn't share the most crucial numbers, in my opinion, but at least her numbers are up to date when it comes to the income disclosure statement. The Huns pitching in Germany and also in Belgium, and they did so over the course of the year for launch and the months after, they didn't even bother to give the updated truthful numbers. So at least that is something. Let me know your thoughts. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That way you will not miss out on further uploads. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, tschüss!